When you've got six figures to drop on a luxury item, it can be difficult to choose precisely which extravagance you'd most like to lay the money down for. A small plot of land in the wilderness, or perhaps a used yacht? Allow us to suggest instead Mercedes-AMG's hulking GLS 63, an SUV with seats for 7 and a 577 horsepower twin-turbocharged V8 to chase away the Sunday scurries. Yes, it looks almost exactly like the 10 best trucks and SUVs winning Mercedes-Benz GLS class on which it is based, but one stomp on the accelerator will drive that other SUV from your mind. The GLS 63's performance comes without sacrifice. Its cabin is lined in leather and equipped with amenities ranging from massaging front seats to an optional rear entertainment system. It's the perfect chariot for turning daily errands into joyrides. Highs incredibly seats 7, wickedly quick, handles like a much smaller car. Low's astronomical price, insatiable appetite for fuel, cargo space is limited with third row in use. Verdict for buyers with deep pockets, a big family, and a hankering for a super speedy SUV, the GLS 63 is one of the very few options. What's new for 2018? AMG's Big Brute is unchanged for 2018. What was new for 2017? Mercedes renamed the GLS class for 2017. It was previously called the G class to better reflect the naming conventions of its sedan lineup. Along with the name change came some exterior revisions, including a widened chrome grille, new LED taillights, and a revised rear bumper. The GLS 63's 5.5-litre twin-turbo V8 powertrain was a holdover from the GL 63 but was updated to add 27 horsepower for a total of 577. Inside, Benz's updated command system added a touchpad as an alternative to the rotary knob. Other revisions included new ambient lighting and trim colors, a 3-spoke steering wheel, and an available design and upper leather interior. Trims and options we'd choose as the absolute top off-the-line GLS. The 63 comes standard with nearly every option that Mercedes offers in its big SUV. None of the available extras are crucial, but some of them are so affordable relative to the $126,295 base price, anyway, that we'd have a hard time saying no. The GLS 63's robust offering of standard features includes adaptive air suspension with selectable drive modes, heated, ventilated, and massaging driver and front passenger seats, panoramic sunroof. The list of options is relatively short, but we'd be tempted to add red brake calipers, especially since there are no cost option. The $400 power-operated design tree system for the second row seats, and the $300 AMG Night package, which adds gloss black trim to the grille, window surrounds, roof rails, and exhaust pipes. Those extras would bring the total cost of our GLS 63 to $126,995. The GLS 63's sole powertrain consists of an AMG-built 5.5-litre twin-turbo V8, a 7-speed automatic transmission, and a rear-biased all-wheel drive system. Its quick-thinking automatic and throaty V8 make it truly enjoyable beer. What's new for 2018? Sometimes no news is good news. In the case of the GLS 63, no news means another year to enjoy AMG's 577 horsepower twin-turbo V8. No change is necessary. 2017 Mercedes-AMG GLS 63. The 7-speed automatic wrangles the powerful engine with poise, executing smooth shifts and reacting quickly and accurately to inputs from the brake and gas pedals. The transmission's programming changes slightly depending on which driving mode is selected. In Sport and Sport Plus modes, the transmission selects slower gears and holds shifts longer. In Comfort mode, fuel economy is prioritized, and the transmission is more apartment to use higher gears. An individual setting allows drivers to program the vehicle according to their preference. In any setting, the GLS 63 hustles off the line with an urgency we don't usually see from utes this size. Its 4.3-second run to 60 miles per hour in our tests compares favorably not only with several of its direct competitors, but also with plenty of sports coupes. One of the irresistible, unvarnished joys of driving the GLS, with its thumping V8, is listening to the howl of the engine at speed and the brapping exhaust note that accompanies downshifts when the car is in one of its sportier drive modes. No better way to prove to the other parents at soccer practice that the GLS 63 isn't your average carpool mobile. Tow ratings compared with a towing capacity of 7,500 pounds, the GLS 63 may not be a champion in its class, but it will still provide plenty of power to comfortably pull most loads. Look, we don't actually expect a 3-row SUV with a 5.5-litre twin-turbo V8 to sip its fuel. But that doesn't mean we have to celebrate the GLS 63's uninspiring EPA ratings. What's new for 2018? The GLS 63's powertrain is unchanged this year, but its EPA fuel economy ratings have been revised upward by 1 mile per gallon in the highway and combined categories. 2017 Mercedes-AMG GLS 63 fuel economy is one of relatively few areas, not surprisingly, in which the GLS 63 does not excel. EPA rated at just 13 miles per gallon in the city, 17 on the highway, and 14 combined, the GLS falls near the bottom of its class. That's not to say that any vehicle in this set is particularly efficient, excepting the plug-in hybrid Volvo XC90, which has an unfair advantage and can't quite match its competitors for performance, and the GLS is at least more efficient than its sibling, Mercedes rolling Uber-Cube, the G63. Drivers who want a vehicle of this type will simply have to reconcile themselves to a high monthly fuel bill. We've devised our own fuel economy test in an attempt to replicate how most people drive on the highway. Our procedure entails a 200-mile out and back loop on Michigan's I-94 highway. We maintain a GPS-verified 75 miles per hour and use the cruise control as much as possible to mimic the way many drivers behave during long trips. We managed 18 miles per gallon during our highway test of the GLS 63, a full 3 miles per gallon better than we managed in the G63 but at least 2 miles per gallon behind every other competitor listed here. Conveniently, the GLS's large fuel tank means that it can travel nearly 500 highway miles between fill-ups, so it's still an amicable road trip partner. Speed is the GLS 63's most impressive and most obvious virtue, but it also handles surprisingly well for such a large vehicle and can stop on a Pfennig. There are several other overachievers in this class, however, and the GLS can only manage salutatorian. What's new for 2018? There were no changes to the GLS 63's basic hardware this year, so its jaw-dropping performance will remain the same. Acceleration: the GLS 63's engine has the big, commanding V8 sound that we find so intoxicating, but it's not only sound, the GLS has the receipts to back up its performance claims. The GLS 63 is shockingly quick for a vehicle of its size, accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. That's actually a substantial 0.5 seconds slower than the BMW X5M, but the GLS 63 can still smoke plenty of other cars off the line. And it's not just quick, it's fast, so fast that we ran out of asphalt with the speedometer still climbing during our top speed test. Mercedes claims a top speed of 168 miles per hour. The 7-speed shifts are snappy, perhaps a little too snappy in Sport Plus mode, where they sometimes send shocks through the cabin after harsh, near line-up shifts. Sport and the Comfort modes are much more pleasant for daily driving, although Comfort mode dulls responses from the throttle and transmission a little more than we'd like. If we're shelling out for an AMG, we don't want to feel as if we were driving your everyday Benz. Ride, handling, and steering: you'll never forget that you're in an SUV when behind the wheel of a GLS 63. The tall cabin is one clue, the accurate but not quick steering is another. Still, there aren't many 7-passenger vehicles that drive this well. The GLS 63 returned 0.91 grams on our skid pad in a test of its ability to hold the road while cornering, putting it in near sports car territory and placing it ahead of nearly every other vehicle in this set. The clear winner is the BMW X5M, A vehicle with dynamics that would only be explained if it had been designed after some BMW engineers met the devil at a crossroads. Braking requiring a mere 166 feet to come to a stop from 70 miles per hour is a feat made more impressive by the fact that the model we tested tipped the scales at nearly £6,000. Despite that nimble effort, the GLS was still bested in this effort by the all-conquering BMW X5M.